So I've been trying to figure out the best way to introduce myself to you. There's a lot on my website over at RosellaHWhite.com that shares more about who I am and how I got my name and why I'm doing what I'm doing. But I kept thinking, what's the best way to share who I am with you? And I kind of thought of something that might be a little cheesy, but it works for me, and it goes along with kind of how I think about life and the way I think about identity. And so what I did was I thought about descriptors that connect to each letter of my first name, which is Rosella. And on my website at RosellaHWhite.com, you can learn more about how I got my name. I'm named after my grandmother's. But I thought it would be important for me to connect my name with who I am and with the values that I desperately try to embody. And so this is what you get. So I start with R, and for R, I came up with risk taker. I am a risk taker, and not necessarily in a traditional sense. You won't ever find me jumping out of a plane or doing anything that others might do just for the pure adrenaline rush. I take risk, rather, that err on the side of doing what might not be most popular, and that always err on the side of love. So whatever it is, the risk that I take is going to be taken for love. I'm an orator. I love speaking. I love words. I love expressing my thoughts through words. And I feel like part of my call is to speak in such a way that inspires, that always promotes love, that speaks love, and that ultimately speaks life. So my third initial or third letter in my first name is Z. And for that, I came up with zealot, which is a word that I feel like has had a negative connotation throughout history. But when I did some research around it, I recognized that zealot, someone who was called a zealot, was someone who was fanatic about something and stuck to their ideals come hell or high water. And I'm a zealot for love. Love is my bottom line. It's what it's all about. It's what I want to embody and how I live my life. And so I felt like I was going to reclaim that word and take hold of it and give it new meaning. I call myself an educator, and I love not only learning, but I love sharing knowledge, and not just any knowledge, but knowledge that helps people think about who they are and whose they are, and that facilitates a process of just growing an understanding of themselves so that they can be in authentic relationships with others. And again, for me, that education process is all about how do I dig deeper and learn about myself, grow in love of myself, and therefore grow in love of other people. I'm a leader. I think it's taken me a long time to claim that and to name that, but I am. I'm someone that understands leadership, though, not as setting out on a path and expecting people to follow. I understand leadership as first and foremost empowering others, of creating space, of using any power influence that I might have to make sure that people's voices and ideas are represented, and to also walk alongside people as they figure out how to use their voice and how to make the best impact. I'm a lover. Like, I love love. I love to give love. I love to receive love. I love life. I love people. And my deep desire is that all people experience that. And finally, for the A, I came up with ally. I am someone who is an agent for justice. I find myself often walking alongside those who are on the margins, who have been pushed aside, who have been looked over. And I consider myself an ally to anyone who has been oppressed, who is being oppressed. Because at the end of the day, I feel like life is about always uplifting and always looking for the best. And at the end of the day, it's about love. So that's me in a nutshell. The risk taker, orator, zealot, educator, leader, lover, and ally. And I am so excited to hopefully get to meet you one day.